Okay. Hey, thanks for making time on short notice. And sure, my invite was rattling and not awesome, and you do not have to turn your camera on if you don't want to. I have a couple of notes to share with you, um, but so I'll be glancing at those notes to make sure I cover things. But I will also follow up with an email, so you don't have to retain everything I'm going to say. The difficult decision to restructure the XD org and as a result, reduce the size of the org. And unfortunately, you're impacted by this change. So your last working day is today, but the good news is you'll be paid through February 2nd. Those are the most important pieces of information. Your system access as an employee will be turned off at some point today. I'm not sure when exactly. In your Workday and benefits portal, you'll still have access to until February 2nd as an employee, and then after that, you'll have access to it as an alumni. And then I'm going to email you the specifics, your severance, benefits, and a few other details that will probably be helpful later, and you're ready to go through them. And then on your last day, you'll get your severance documents via DocuSign to sign, and they'll go to your personal email address. I'm gonna pause. I know I just rattled off a whole bunch of really big news. Is there any questions or anything that you want to ask?
Are there any reasons other than just like restructuring? Like, what's the reason for the restructuring?
Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation. And that is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 36, verse 24. It reads, He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. Right. So you women, hey, you're going to come to find out that you went at it all about the wrong way. Okay. You see, there was security in numbers, all right? And you women, you're going to find out that you went at it all about the wrong way, all right? You were a possession, all right? And there's nothing wrong with being a possession, okay? The man of the Lord is a possession to Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, because he's our head. And you women are what? A possession to the man, because why? The man is your head, all right? And you went at it all about the wrong way, all right? What am I talking about? The lady that you seen on the video had just got laid off from making a six-figure job, okay? She was making six figures a year, all right? Just let that sink into your head for a second. That means at bare minimum, she was making $100,000, okay? Good money, all right? And now what? She has a 2,000 something plus mortgage a month that she has to pay, okay? And on top of that, she has to do it all by herself, all right? You women, you went at it all wrong. You went at it all wrong, okay? You were supposed to be possession to one man, okay? Not out here freestyling and doing shit all on your own, man. Because why? Esau Edom will take advantage of you, okay? He'll let you get that little bit of bread and then he could take it away. Now, had you went about it the right way, guess what? And shared that one man, just think about it. Under that one man tutelage, done everything in decent and order, okay? Because a man can have more than one wife, more than one possession, all right? You cannot have more than one possession, you women, all right? First of all, you can't get pregnant but one time. So where's the logic in that sense that you're trying to sleep with multiple different men and you can't bring life but at once at a time? Whereas a man, he can lay with multiple women in the span of a night and impregnate all of those women. Okay? All things being equal, you know, if the Most High ordained the marriage, which is, going into the intercourse to be ordained and bring forth life, he can impregnate all those women. Where on you, on the other hand, you can only get pregnant one time. Okay? It's not like you can get multiple shots from different men and you gonna have multiple different babies. No, you only get one baby. All right? 2, if you play your cards right, and there's been certain cases where, you get quadruplets, 4 babies, and I think once I heard the most was 8, but I don't know how much that is. But even if you go on that side of the spectrum and say 8, a man can have intercourse with more than however many women he can in the course of a night. Okay, we talking about 100 if he can. Okay, so a woman is a possession to the man, and guess what? You women, you win at it all about the wrong way, and you're gonna see. Okay, because in your self-will and selfishness, you could have shared that man with more than one woman, and y'all could have built. Okay, now she had a 6-figure job. Imagine if that man had 5 other women like that. That's $500,000. On top of his job, that's more than $500,000. Now guess what? They could have paid that house off in 1 year, and they could have bought another house. Okay, you see? You've been looking at it the wrong way, man. All right, you've been looking at it like, oh man, he ain't gonna have no other women. Okay, but you gonna see. Okay, in your attempt to be independent, you don't think too far ahead. Okay, you live in the moment. All right, I got a nice 3-bedroom, 4-bed house, 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, but it ain't paid off. Okay, but had you went about it the right way and shared that one man with 4 different other women, he could have had that house paid off. On top of that, he could have had children by all 4 of you. Okay, and you could have received, if you didn't make 6 figures, you could have received what? An income tax check and government assistance, you see? But you went about it all the wrong way because why? You were selfish, all right? You didn't want to share that man, okay? You thought that he was yours, okay? When in actuality, you're his possession, all right? And you're going to see it, all right? You're going to see these women, when they have to let go of everything, they're going to think to themselves, well, what was worse? Letting everything you go that you thought you built or sharing it with someone else, okay? That's why we don't have any sympathy, man, okay? You women, you're selfish, man, okay? You're selfish. You think that man belongs to you. No, you belong to him, all right? And you see, if you went about it the right way, you could have built, okay? You could have got over on this man Esau Edom, all right? He gave you these jobs, these 6-figure jobs. It's just, if you would have shared them with 2 other women, y'all could have had y'all a nice house, a nice car, or should I say he could have had him a nice car, a nice house, and shared it with you, and children and everything. You could have got it all, okay? But it's because of that selfishness that, guess what? You didn't want to share. You didn't want to share with him, all right? And look what happened. You get laid off, and now what? You're crying. You want somebody to feel sorry for you and have sympathy for you? No, okay? No, all right? This is Isaiah 32 and verse 9. It reads, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Okay, you see? So you're going to have to get out here and get it, all right? And just think how much better off it would have been if you would just come to the realization that you don't own that man, okay? He's not your possession. You're his possession, all right? And as long as he's dealing with each individual woman according to the law, statute, commandments, you know, and he ain't going off causing y'all to do anything like some menage a trois and things like that, it's all good, man. Okay? 3 women, 4 women could have all had you in separate rooms, you know, and eventually you could have got you 2 or 3 different houses, man. You could have just paid off one at a time. That way you don't have to worry about losing your job. All right? If one of you lose your job, guess what? The other 2 or 3 can hold you down. All right? And all you need is 1 year. Okay? You can easily get a nice house for 6 figures. Okay? And you got 3 women. Just imagine if all 3 of them worked at that job. Let's say she had that job for 5 years. And let's say at the bare minimum she was making $100,000. That's $500,000 a year. She didn't want to share. You see? So nobody feels sorry for the so-called black woman, man. All right? Because, you know, you listen to what this damn serpent, this Edomite, told you, that you a princess, okay? That you don't deserve to share, that you're going to get your Prince Charming, all right? When you could have went about it the right way, man. You could have shared that man with 2 or 3 other women, you see, and he could have secured y'all a house. You could have had children. You could have had a nice car. It could have all been fulfilled, but you didn't want to share, all right? So when you lose your job and you got to find somewhere to sleep and you're out on the streets, nobody going to feel sorry for you, all right? And that's going to be the sentiment, you know, across the board for all you haughty and proudful ass women, man. You're going to come to realize that, hey, y'all went about it the wrong way, man. All right, you try to do it on your own, and when you get that call telling you that we're downsizing or reconstructing the business, and we're gonna end your service with us next month, we're gonna give you your last severance pay, you're gonna come to realize that it was too late to figure it out, okay? But some gonna be willing to figure it out in that time. All right, they're gonna say, hey, we will make our own apparel. Only let us be called by your name to take away our reproach. All right? So this is Isaiah 32:9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. You see? And in the kingdom, one man is going to have multiple wives and concubines, man. Okay? So, hey, but you'll be in your right mind in the kingdom. So you ain't going to have to worry about it at that point in time. But you went about it the wrong way on this side, man. You bought into that feminist, that independent, you know, the serpent and all this. You know, he told you that, you know, go to college, get a career, start your career. You know, you could have did that under the tutelage of a man of the Lord, man. He could have directed you, you know, along with a few other women, and y'all could have built something, you know, before the great collapse. Okay. You could have had you a house, a nice house, already paid off in a year. A car, and each one of y'all could have had a child of his, man. You know, fulfilling your duties, man. All right? But you didn't want to go about that. You didn't want to go about it that way because why? You're selfish, all right? You think that the man that, you know, you was brought into his life, somehow he belongs to you. You ain't going to share him with no other woman. You see? So don't cry, man. Take it like a man. You didn't want to share. So when you get that call, man, just take it like a man, man. You know, get back up on your horse and look for your other job. All right? Start all over. You got to start all over from scratch. Start all over from scratch. All right? Get your hourly paying job. All right? And work your way back up to a salary. All right? Because that's the, you know, price you pay for being independent. So rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. All right? And a lot of you women, you ain't going to like that, man. But wait till you in that position, okay? And you ain't got nothing. And you think, see, in your security, you're going to perish, man. Let's get that. Ecclesiasticus 5:7. All right? Because a lot of you women, you think these jobs are concrete, set in stone, that you can't lose them. All right? You're going to come to find out that they ain't as solid as you thought they were. This is Ecclesiasticus 5:7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed. You see? You think you got a nice paying job, you know, bought you a nice house, you got everything planned out, and you working. Here it is. The first year went by, fine and dandy. The second year went by. The third year went by. You doing good, man. You taking cruises, trips around the world. You got a nice house, a nice car. You don't see, you don't see the downfall coming, man. And you're not supposed to, all right? Because you don't have the foresight to see too far ahead, all right? That's why you need a man to guide you, all right? So you out here, having a great time. You got a nice paying job, 6-figure. You going on vacations. You probably doing whoever and whenever when you leave out of the country, or probably while you're still in the country, okay? So you take these vacations, go on cruises, and you ain't thinking that you're going to lose that job, all right? But in your security, you should be destroyed. You get that call, oh, we're downsizing, okay? And you ain't think about that. Now you got to sit here and weep and whine because all has got to come to an end. I thought I was going to be able to get all my 30 years off before I had to worry about selling the house. Or I thought I was going to be able to have the house for 10 years and then, refinance it. No, you see? It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed. Right? A lot of you women, you count these jobs as your security, okay? You don't need a man. I'm independent. I can do it all by myself. I got 6-figure paying job. I got, this and that. I'm bringing in enough money. Okay? Well, hey, you should have something put aside. All right? You should have something put aside to keep you going till you get back on your feet. All right? See? This is what happens when you don't want to take heed to what the scriptures say. All right? A man can have more than one woman. All right? And for good reasons. Okay? For good reasons. All right? You look at a lion. You look at a pride of lions, man. Okay? You got the male lion. He does what? His job is to do what? To protect the pride. And then you got the female lions that what? Go out and hunt and raise the children. Okay? It ain't by sheer coincidence that it works out that way. Okay? The male lion protects the female lions and the cubs from other threats. Okay? And if there is a big game that they can't take down, a water buffalo, the male lion comes in and he helps out and he takes it down. Okay? So there's strength in numbers, man. All right, but you women, you're going to find out. Rise up, you women that are at ease, okay? And your security, you're going to be what? Destroyed. It says, and perish in the day of vengeance, right? Because ultimately, you're going to revert back to taking assistance and getting help from this man, Esau Edom, and you're going to take that chip, okay? Because you ain't going to want to give it all up, all right? And that's where the guidance and tutelage of a man of the Lord comes into effect, all right? This is Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. Let's read it. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we shall eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. All right? And I said over and over, it was, in the ancient days, if you was a woman and you hadn't had a child and you in your 20s or 30s, and dare I say 40s, you was looked at as a reproach, man. All right? And today Esau Edom has gave you that same opportunity to what? Be career driven. Don't worry about starting a family till after you get your career up and off the ground in your 40s, your 30s, some of your 50s. By that time, nobody wants you, man. Okay? So you went about it all the wrong way, man. All right? You should have got under that man's tutelage and you should have put your ego aside and you should have shared that man with other women, and then you could have been secure. Y'all could have secured y'all a nice house within a year. You got if that man have 3 or 4 different women that's making 6 figures a year, that first year could have been towards paying off that whole house. Then he could have been working on the second house, okay? He could have had each and every one of y'all. He could have had a seed. He could have had a child by each and every one of y'all, okay? Guess what? Some, depending on your tax bracket, you get a return back for that, okay? But no, you didn't want to share them, okay? So guess what? You got to go about it all on your own. When you fall down, nobody going to help you up, okay? Get back up on your horse by yourself, all right? You wanted to be out there, headstrong, do it on your own then, all right? 1 Corinthians. Did I finish reading that in Isaiah? Let me go back and see. Just in case. Isaiah 4:1. It reads, and in that day, 7 women, 7 goes into completion. Whatever number of women it is, whether it's 1, whether it's 7, or whether it's 70, or whatever it is, whatever that number that man is supposed to get of women, he's going to get it, okay? It says, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach, right? So you women going to get it anyways, those of you that repent, okay? You're going to see how much more easier your life would have been if you would have came to the conclusion that you that possession to that man, all right? And you supposed to share him with another woman, all right? Long as it's done decent and in order, okay? Long as that man ain't sharing you, another woman, and that woman got another man, that's going off, okay? As long as y'all are all his possession. If you belong to another man, you're going off, okay? Each woman belongs to that man. You can't be sharing him with another man. There's no type of edification, for lack of words, that could come out of that, okay? Now you sharing him with another man, you get pregnant, you don't know who the baby father is. You see? But if you with one man, guess what? You know who the baby father is. If that woman is with one man, guess what? She know. If all 3 of y'all are with one man, y'all all know who y'all baby father is. But if y'all doing it the wrong way and y'all sharing him with 2 or 3 different other men, then you don't know who the damn baby father is, man. You see? And that's madness. That's going off. Okay? So let everything be done decently and in order. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and I believe 40. It reads, 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. Okay? There's an order to this. You just can't be sleeping off and freaking off with all multiple type of different mans. That ain't how it's done. A man is not your possession, okay? Because one, you sleeping with different mans, you bringing in different diseases, man. Because you are a reciprocator of what? Taking in that man's seed, all right? And now you got multiple seeds swimming in you that's hosting and bringing forth, pestilence, all right? STIs, and you know what it's all about. So you only supposed to deal with one man. You're not supposed to be mixing and mingling with other different mans, man. You taking on other spirits and personalities as well. All right? All y'all women are supposed to be under that one man's tutelage, okay? And he's supposed to deal with y'all all independently, all right? That's why it says, let a bishop be blameless and the husband of one wife, okay? Because if you in this truth, if you got all these women, guess what? It's going to be hard for you to balance that alongside with this truth, all right? Let's go there. Let's go there. This is 1 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, a bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, appointed to teach, okay? So it's recommended if you're a bishop, if you're high up into this truth, given over to, teach it, it's recommended that you have one wife. Why? Because the more wives you have, the more likely they're going to be a headache to you, because each woman represents a headache, man. Just going to say it plain and simple, all right? She wants your attention. She wants you to, oh, okay. You have to break it down and tell them when you come into this that, hey, you're going to be second always to this truth, all right? That's why it says everything is lawful, but not all things are expedient, okay? So you have to know who you are, okay? You have to know if whether or not you can balance 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different women while being in this truth, all right? Especially if you are given a high, especially if you are given a high seat to be the, shepherd per se of this truth, all right? I know Yahweh Shai is a shepherd, but if you given a high seat like a bishop, then you got to be more in tune to keeping the congregation, updated, all right? And having multiple women, guess what? That's going to impede you if you can't balance it, okay? So having multiple wives is, more so, on this side, given to someone who isn't given that type of responsibility, okay? Because you have to be in tune to everything that's going on in the congregation, man, okay? And you trying to balance the congregation with all these different wives, it could throw you off if you're not, fundamentally sound in the doctrine, all right? So it says a bishop must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, appointed to teach, not given to wine, nor striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous. Okay? So this gives you advice on how to go about, administering this word, man. Okay? If you're a bishop, hey, because a bishop, that's a high seat, okay? It takes a lot, and it requires a lot of responsibility. And each woman, like I said, represents a headache, man. Okay, because they're going to want you to always be attentive to their needs, all right? And you got to tell them, it don't go down like that, all right? And you come sucking to this truth, okay? So let's see if we can get that. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 12. It reads, all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. Right? So understand your capabilities, okay? Especially if you are over a large congregation, whether or not you can juggle 5 different wives, okay? While all putting your best foot forward to bring forth this truth. If you can't juggle 5 wives, don't go out there trying to get 5 wives just for the sake of it. All right. This truth is your first love, man. Okay. Everything else is secondary to this. Okay. So let everything be done decently and in order. All right. If you can't handle 5 wives, get 1. All right. Just so you don't be tempted to go off, all right? Some don't need to be. As Paul said, I would prefer that you have no wives, but to prevent you from going off, it is good for every man to have his own wife, okay? Roughly paraphrase it, all right? But some brothers, hey, they've been blessed with the ability to not, have to have a wife, okay? There's eunuchs, okay? There be eunuchs. That's for what does it say? There be eunuchs. See if I can get that. I believe it's in Matthew. This is Matthew 19 and 12. It says, for there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb, and there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men, and there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake, right? So there are some men that have put off women altogether. All right. And that's what Paul said. I would rather if you be like me and not have women. Okay. So there's some brother that put women all off together for what? It says, which have made themselves eunuch for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it. Okay. So some brothers, hey, that might be their lot. They may have to, rock it out. Okay. And to the kingdom. All right. Until Jacob's trouble starts to go off, man. All right. Brothers right now really ain't really looking forward to trying to date and go. Brothers right now ain't trying to go through all that process, man, because each woman, when you gonna take me out to eat? Here it is. You won't even go with her, okay? She ain't your lady. She wants you to court her. Meanwhile, she done got 20, 30, 40, 50 damn different bodies up under her, man. But all of a sudden, she wants you to court her. And you don't even go out with her. You ain't even her man. You just taking her out and spending your money. Meanwhile, she making more money than you. All right, but for dating's sake, you got to take her out. Nah, man, I ain't taking nobody out that ain't my woman, man. All right, I ain't going on no dates to try to get to know you. That you want me to spend money so I can get to know you. Meanwhile, you going around with 5 or 6 different other damn men doing the same thing. No, you commit. We'll go on dates. It'll be known that we are an idol, as they say, and hey, you don't belong to anybody else but me. Other than that, we can go meet up at the park. We can walk around the park. We can do something that don't require no time, no money, or anything like that. Okay, if you claim that you're just trying to get to know somebody, we go meet up at the park. You want to go out for drinks? Okay, you do you. Buy your own drinks. I'll sit at the bar with you and talk to you and chill, whatever. But hey, that goes to show you the double-minded of these women, okay? They want you to take them on dates, but then you take them on a date to a park somewhere where you can talk. Oh, you gonna take me to some place so cheap like this? But I thought you wanted to get to know me. What's wrong with taking you to the park? Oh, you don't want to spend no money? Then you say, well, can I just go ahead and give you $200 or $300 and you let me hit it? I ain't no prostitute. So which one is it? Do you want the money or do you want the time? You see, they don't know what they want, man. This is why they need guidance, man. All right. This is why you take that dating thing serious. You deserve it, man. All right. So Matthew 19 and verse 12 said, for there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb, and there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men. And there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it. Okay? Because why? Hey, man, these women, they ain't worth it, man. All right? They about to get hit with a rude awakening, okay? They've been given these haughty positions, these, highly lofty positions, tech market, tech this, tech that, making 6 figures. Hey, man, when they gotta choose, they gonna see, hey, we were better off just being, part of that man's legacy, okay? Sharing him with 5 other different women, okay? Instead of trying to go about it on our own, we should have just all stuck together. We should have just shared him. We could have all had a house secured, a car. We could have all had a child by him, you see? And it's going to be too late for a lot of them, man. They ain't going to get the picture till the picture's been drawn. And by that time, the missiles are going to be destroying their ass, man. All right? So, hey, they went about it all the wrong way, man. Okay? Let's go ahead and close out with 1 Peter 5 and 8. This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5 and verse 8. It reads, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Right. Okay. And he tried to make you believe and think that you, the woman, was supposed to just be with one man, which you were, but you weren't supposed to share him with another woman, which, hey, that ain't so. Okay. The devil made you look at sharing that man with another woman as something that was frowned upon. Okay, just look at the shows like Maury. We all remember one guy would have 5 or 6 different babies by 5 or 6 different women. They frowned upon him. You are the father. And then when it's you are not the father, and she crying like, no, bitch, you know what you was, man. You're sleeping with multiple different men, okay? If you shared that man with 5 other women, it was cool because y'all all know who the damn dad is, man. Y'all all sharing him. So it's apparent that he's the father of all y'all children. But when you step out and you go sleep with different men, then it's chaos. That's nothing but chaos. You don't know who the father is. Okay, it could be Tyrone from up the street. It can be William from around the way. It can be Philip from at the job. You don't know who the damn baby daddy is, man. That's why, hey, man, this nightmare is almost over with, man. All right? So 1 Peter 5:8 says, be sober, be vigilant. You see? If you had a plan from the beginning and you wasn't so, what's the word? Stingy, should I say? Or selfish. If you wasn't so selfish, you could have seen it all along, man. You could have built, okay? You could have shared them with 3 different women. Y'all all would have had nice paying jobs, 6-figure jobs, or even on the lower end. If y'all were all making $30,000 a year with 5 women, that's 150 grand. And then on top of that, if all of y'all had a baby, that's another 5 or 6, maybe 10,000. So you're talking about 200 grand. Within 2 or 3 years, y'all could have got y'all 2 houses, okay? 5 of y'all, 2 of y'all could have shared a house. The other 3 could have shared a house, okay? Y'all could have been taken care of in 5 years, man. Y'all could have retired. Y'all could have linked it up to one of y'all could have had a baby at this time, another at this time, and then y'all could have just been watching them like that. Free daycare. Free everything, man. You see? But you didn't want to share because you're selfish, man. You don't understand that you are the possession, okay? He that gets a wife gets a possession, man. And ain't nothing wrong with being a possession, okay? We are possession of Yahushua, all right? So we ain't going to ask you to do nothing that we ain't willing to do, okay? So you went about it all the wrong way. And now it's close to crunch time. Hey, if you don't get it right, you're going to get left behind, all right? Thus saith the Lord. First Peter 5:8 says what? Be sober, be vigilant. Why? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. All right? And he got you. He played on your emotions that you wanted to be just about you. He made you think that sharing was bad. Okay? He wanted you to tap into that selfishness, and you did. And now when all hell breaks loose, you got nobody to blame but yourself. All right? So ain't going to be the horse dead. That's going to be about it. We're going to wrap it up. And that being said, we pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.